Okay, so let's start our session. I request Arunima to switch on her video.
बोलिए हाँ जी बोलिए
Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. So we'll start the session. I think enough participants are there now.
नीचे है, थोड़ा सा नीचे है
On behalf of Central's Authority, I welcome everyone on Zooming Conservation, the podcast series where we delve into the fascinating world of wildlife conservation. Tomorrow on 23rd May is celebrated as World Turtles Day, a day dedicated to honoring and protecting these incredible creatures that have roamed on the face of Earth for millions of years. In this special episode, Freshwater Turtles in India, we turn our attention to diverse and endangered freshwater turtle species found in rivers and wetlands of India. Our key speaker for today is Dr. Arunima Singh, a leading expert in turtle conservation. She serves as senior biologist for TSA Foundation India. With a PhD in reproductive biology in crown river turtle, Hardela Sirji, in a Tarai landscape, she brings wealth of knowledge and experience in our discussion. Over the past decade, she has worked with numerous captive husbandry and conservation breeding projects aimed at safeguarding endangered chelonias at Kukrel Gharia Rehabilitation Center and other various ex situ projects across the country. Her dedication extends beyond the breeding projects. She also leads a quick response team rescuing turtles, crocodiles, and Ganges River dolphins in distress. She is actively involved in combating illegal turtle trade in India, striving to protect the vulnerable species from exploitation. Join us as we explore the challenging conservation of Indian freshwater turtles and gain insights from Dr. Arunima Singh on the innovative strategies and tireless efforts that have been made to ensure their survival. Whether you're a seasoned conservationist or new to the world of wildlife protection, this episode promises to be an enlightening and inspiring journey into the heart of turtle conservation in India. Now I hand over session to Dr. Arunima Singh.
Thank you, Apurva, for this invitation, and I would love to share whatever I've learned in past few years about the freshwater turtles and tortoises. Shall I share my screen now? Yeah. So my screen is, can you see my screen, Apurva?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Okay, hello everyone. Apurva already introduced me, and I would like to thank Apurva and Central Zoo Authority for this opportunity. Today I'll talk about the freshwater turtles and tortoises, and more about the diversity because it's biodiversity day also, and what are the threats turtles are facing, and what are the actions has been taken by the different stakeholders, not only by the TSA Foundation India, but other stakeholders in conservation of these freshwater turtles and tortoises. So turtles are the one of the most oldest creature on this earth, and they are on this earth since 230 billion years, and they are from Triassic period. And turtles are reptiles, so they lay eggs, and their shell is protected through a bony structure, which is called the carapace. Because reptiles have either the spoots or the scales, and turtles also lay eggs, and they are cold-blooded animals because they are not like us, so their temperature is dependent on the external temperature. So, in terms of, am I audible, Purva?
Yes, you're clear. You're audible.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So in terms of the freshwater turtle species richness in India, so India is the third most turtle rich country after the Mexico and USA. We have 42 taxa of the freshwater turtles and tortoises in India. Uh, and if you talk about the globally, so approx 360 species are found in the world, and in India, 30 species of freshwater turtles and tortoises are found, and two are newly discovered. Both are from the northeast region. One is Meloria impressa, and other one is the Cura moti, which Cura embensis, which got split into two species. And uh, these 30 species, out of these 30 species, 25 are the freshwater turtles and 5 are the tortoises. So here are the few terms you all must have heard about, and maybe some of people will be knowing about these, very familiar about these terms. But I want to explain to the people who are very new in this field. So we always puzzle among these words because these turtles, terrapins, sea turtle, and tortoises. So here are the 5 pictures, and here this one, this is the picture of a tortoise. So the animals, I mean the turtles, are the common term for the all the turtles, but uh, the one which live on the land, they are known as tortoises, and the species which live in the marine system, they are known as sea turtle or the marine turtles. And here you can, in the corner near to the Bangladesh, you can see one species. This is Batagur baska, and this is a terrapin species, terrapins which are found in the brackish water. And after that, you can see 2 species which is in the North India. I have mentioned here. So these are 2 different kind of turtles. They are not same type. One is the hard shell turtle and another is the soft shell turtle. So soft shell turtle doesn't have any plate-like structure on their carapace, but hard shell turtle have those scoots on their shell. So these are the different terms we use for these different types of turtle which are found in India. Uh, so today I'll talk about only about the testurians, which are the turtles, either soft shell turtle or hard shell turtle and tortoises. So cumulatively, we call them freshwater turtles and tortoises. So as I already explained, tortoises which lives on the land, and their limbs are more skinny, and they walk on the land. They nest on the using the leaf mulches, and their shell is more dome shaped in compared to the freshwater turtles. And freshwater turtles are 2 types. One is the hard shell and the another is the soft shell turtle. So the hard shell turtles are more like they are different types, like different species in India. So like roof turtle, box turtle, and leaf turtle, etc. And the soft shell turtles are more flat, and there is no plate like structure, or there is no scoots on their shell. So they are more cartilaginous structure, and in compared to the soft shell turtle, they are very aggressive if you compare with the hard shell and soft shell. These are the basic differences among these 3 families. So in terms of the diversity of the tortoises, so India have the 5 species of the tortoises from the 4 genera. One, you can see the first one is the star tortoise, and then here just down to the star tortoise, there is a Travancore tortoise, and another is the Impress tortoise in the right hand side, which is the newly discovered. Not newly, but yeah, 3-4 years back, it got discovered from the northeast region, and then yellow tortoise and Asian giant tortoise. These are the 5 species that are found in India. Now the soft shell turtles. So these are the 8 species of the soft shell turtle which are found in India. They are most of the people get confused among identification of these turtles, but I have given only just 1 hour, so it's very difficult to explain everything about the identification of each species, but I'm just trying to show a few pictures. So you can see all are different from each other. So these are the species. They are from 4 genera and 8 species are found in India. Here are the freshwater hard-shell turtles. So India have the 10 genera of 17 species. So you can see how diverse India is in terms of the uh, turtles, and they are different from each other on the basis of their color and their pattern on their head or their shell. So these all are the turtles found in India. So why turtles are important for environment and in terms of ecology? So these are few ecological role of the freshwater turtles, and first is turtles are known as the scavenger of the aquatic system because they keep our wetlands and river system clean by scavenging on the dead fishes and vegetation, etc., like the vultures do for our the terrestrial system. And another important ecological role of the turtles, they help in restoration by dispersing the and it help in the germination of seeds and cleaning of polluted ecosystem. And apart from that, they help in energy flow because they maintain the trophic level, because turtles eggs predated by the muggers and tigers and chakals, so they maintain the trophic status of the ecosystem, so that's how they contribute in the for our ecosystem. Also, apart from that, they help in soil littering, not only on the terrestrial system, for the aquatic system also they help in the soil erosion and nutrient cycling, and that's how they help in soil littering and seed dispersal also. So these are very turtles are very important for our ecosystem, and these are the key roles they play for our environment. So the challenges turtles are facing is majorly divided into as common as other aquatic species are facing, but the here I have mentioned few challenges. One first one is the picture of by Anish Anderia sir. I've taken from him yesterday only. So I really like this picture, and this is a picture of the Chambal, which is the protected area, and you can see there is sand mining happening just behind the turtle sitting and basking. And this turtle is the Batagul Kachuga, and if you talk about the status of this species, this is the one of the top 20, it comes in top 25 critically endangered species of the world. So the species is threatened, and the problem is the sand mining. It's really problematic because it destroy their eggs also. Not only the for the turtles, even for the birds and crocodilians, it's a big challenge. Apart from that, riverbed agriculture, and again turtles come out to nest on the sandbanks, and these all agricultural fields along the river destroy their eggs, and it's very difficult for the turtles to bask if there is no island in the river system. Apart from that, accidental drowning is the another challenge. In this picture, this is from a river system where I have done my PhD. This is this turtle we have found in the morning in the fisherman nets, and approx 3-4 uh, turtles were of the species crown river turtle we found in the fisherman nets, and those were dead because turtles come up for the basking, and these fishing nets are very harmful for them. Another challenge is the plastic pollution again, and because of these issues, 86% species of the freshwater turtles are listed in threatened category as per of the IUCN list. That is because of these challenges I have told you. And another thing is the illegal trade. I'll talk more about this in my next slide. And I believe there is a severe dearth of knowledge among citizens, and there is difficulties in coexistence with these animals, and people are not ecologically more responsible. So these are the problem because of the turtles facing those challenges which I've mentioned in my previous slide. And another emerging threat on the freshwater turtles is the illegal turtle trade. And here I've mentioned few pictures. And first picture is the meat of turtles. And this incidents we have recorded from the UP when during the lockdown time. And this is the only incidents we have got transporting turtle meat from one place to the another place, because before that either I have got live turtles or the calliope, but not ever before we have rescued any turtle meat. So this was during the COVID time, and so these are the different methods, they different way they smuggle turtles. So here in the center you can see there is one chitra indica. So this thing is the calliope they take out from the margin of the turtle. So they use this to transport these calliope into the Southeast Asian countries, majorly for the soup purpose and medicinal purpose. Apart from that, turtles are traded because of the pet trade, and it's very common. And especially the star tortoise, punctura species are traded because of the pet trade. And apart from that, there's myths for the among the people they use in black magic also. So these are the major four categories turtle are in trade. So and it's a really severe issue. So these are the conservation actions we take to protect turtles. And I'm just giving one example of one of our project we are doing with the forest department, UP Forest Department. And now recently we have started doing it with the Rajasthan Forest Department also. That is nest protection program for the most I can say like one of the most endangered species, which is Batagur kachuga, also known as red crown river turtle. So what we do, we protect the vulnerable nest from the along the river from the sandbanks, and after that we make these kind of hatcheries. You can see here we protect each eggs using these kind of variegating bamboo sticks, and we protect them along the river only. And when they hatch, then we release back into the wild from where they were collected. So this is the program we are doing since last 25 years. And this project was started in 2004 by my mentor Dr. Shalendra Singh, who initiated this project in the Chambal. And so far now we have released like approx 1,33,000 hatchlings into the wild. And I can say the this project really helped because of, I can say, because of the joint effort of the forest department and the organization like uh, our team have done. So we can still see this species because we are continuously rewilding despite of the species is facing so many challenges. We are replenishing the population into the wild. So I can say like nest protection program not only in India but in other countries is quite successful. So this is the one conservation effort we are doing to protect this critically endangered species, not only for the kachuga, and we protect the eggs of the Patagur dhongoka, which is three-striped roof turtle, and that is also found in the Chambal. And wherever Patagur kachuga found, the existence of this species is there. Another action we take to protect such a species, for example, we do conservation breeding program in which we, if you talk about the northern India, we are working on approx 13 species of the freshwater turtles and tortoises. And here I have given few examples which are which we have developed assurance colony for them, and we are successfully breeding with the forest department, UP forest department especially. The one is the Batagur Kachuga, and we have developed three colonies of the Batagur Kachuga. One is in the Kanpur Zoo and the Lucknow Zoo and Kukral Gharial Rehabilitation Center. And these are the breeding colony, and the other colony is in the Madras Crocodile Bank. They are also doing the conservation breeding program for these species. And another species is the Chitra indica, narrow-headed soft-shell turtle. The second picture here you can see on the palm. People are one person is holding few Chitra indica. They are so tiny. And one very interesting about this species, when they hatch, they are like 2 rupees coin. They are of the size of 2 rupees coin, but when they grow to the adult size, they are just approximately 1.2 meter. So they grow that much. I mean, their size is too huge. So, and in India, the only existing colony of this species is only in the Lucknow, which is in Kukral Gharial Rehabilitation Center. And these hatchlings we have got in 2012 and 2015, and now I have recently published, not published, but it's under the communication. So we have started getting the courtship among these turtles, which we have which are hatched at the Kukral Center. So it's a really good news. So maybe we'll be soon having the babies at our Kukral Center. And another species we have the assurance colony. I mean, we are breeding them is the Melanoculus tricarinata, which is tricarinate hill turtle. And Kukral have the one colony, but I'm not much aware about the where else in India, if any zoo or any captive colony is still there. So another species is the crown river turtle. This species, we have collected the eggs from the wild to understand the reproductive aspects of the this species, and this was my PhD topic also, to understand the reproductive aspect and population of this species, crown river turtle. So earlier, I know Madras Crocodile Bank have got few eggs, and I don't know if they hatched, but at the Kukral, we have more than 50 surviving hatchlings, and now they are juvenile. And the batch from 2015 started. We have started seeing the coaching among them also, so they are adult now. So I can say, like, we have the breeding colony of this species also at the Kukral. And apart from that, there is other species we are doing conservation breeding, but these are few special. These are the very limited colony in India. That's why I've just mentioned here. Another we are doing conservation breeding program with the Cyclamis hamiltoni, and I believe there are multiple colonies. Will be multiple colonies of this species. And other than that, UP Forest Department, with the help of the NMCG as well as other government funding, they are also doing conservation breeding program for the Indian soft-shell turtle and three-striped roof turtle and Chitra indica, as well as the Patagur Kachuga. They also releasing, they are hatching and they are starting these turtles and releasing back into the Ganga River. So another very interesting species is I want to mention, like, is the Patagur Baska, and we have worked with Sundarban Tiger Reserve, and we have provided technical support, and this species is extinct in the wild. But we have recently rewilded 10 individuals of the Batagur Baska by using satellite transmitter, because earlier we have released some individuals, approx 10 individuals, by using the radio transmitters, but it was very difficult to locate those turtles, because it's a border of the India and Bangladesh, and it's very difficult to track those turtles using the radio transmitter. So this time we have used the satellite transmitter to understand the survival as well as the movement pattern of this species into the wild. And so far now, Sundarban Tiger Reserve have protected 641x of this species since 2020. Another species we are working is Nilsonia nigricans, which is black soft-shell turtle, and the most important role of the conservation of this species, I would say, like temple committees, because this species earlier, as per of IUCN, it was extinct in the wild. But with the joint effort of the organization like PSFI and there is a group of Jaditya sir and temple committee and forest department have really worked hard, and they have protected eggs from the temple, and they have released back those hatchlings into the wild. They have basically rewilded them, and if you see the status of this species now is you can say like it's reversed from the extinct in wild to the critically endangered. So I would say like conservation breeding program has been always successful in terms of many, not only in the terms of the freshwater turtles, but in the terms of another other taxa also, and even not only aquatic species, even the terrestrial species. And I would say like gharial is the one of the example where we see the role of the conservation breeding program, because there was only few gharials were left in the wild, but this reintroduction program is still going on by the forest department, and they are now there is viable population of the gharials in different river system. So another projects we are working with the Nagaland Forest Department, especially the Nagaland Zoo, is on the Asian giant tortoise. And here is one of my colleague, Shushmita Kar, who takes lead of this project, and she is doing her PhD on this species. So we have recently released again the radio by using radio transmitter those animals into Itanki National Park. And so for now, we have protected 78 nests of this species, and only 10 of them we have rewilded by using the radio transmitter to understand the survival rate and how the species is working into the wild, and especially the movement pattern and how if they're surviving or not. So yeah, and another project we are working, and it's a very important project because if you talk about the number of turtles are going in trade is approx like more than 10,000 turtles in a year. So that's the data I have collected, I have encountered like from the Uttar Pradesh, and we don't know how many turtles are going in the trade from all over the India. So this is the very challenging issue, and so far now we have seized approx 40,000 turtle with the help of the forest department as well as the special task force and WCCB. And I've tried to help them in captivity. If we can treat them, if the animal is critical, then we treat them and then we release back into the wild. And we have also repatriated some of the turtles from different states like Maharashtra and Hyderabad also. So total approx 932 turtles so far now we have repatriated from different states to the Uttar Pradesh, because their origin was the Uttar Pradesh. And I believe like it's keep going, and it's not stopping. So it's a very serious issue what I believe. So there is people who are working on this, but still I believe there is more people needed to handle this illegal trade in India. So I believe conservation, for any conservation project, education and awareness is very important, because local people who are residing along the river or the people living with the animals or along the forest area or the river system, educating them is very important. So uh, at each stations or the field sites where we are working, we do the education programs and awareness programs. And here are the two pictures I have given. That is, one is from the Kukral, where we do the educational program every weekends for the students from the urban area. And the other picture is from the our Tarai field station, where we are working with the riparian communities, and we are doing cluster level education program with the primary and secondary schools, especially the governments. And we are really getting good results. And even the students, if they get any turtles around their home, or if they see anyone, because we have got at least two three informations about the one about the rescue and one about the illegal trade also. So this is how, I mean, the impact, I mean, of these education program can be seen after a while. So yeah. And here are the few small things people can do to protect, not only to protect the turtles, but other turtle species, or the other species like birds and other aquatic species also. So I believe, like, knowing their native species by visiting the wetlands and river system can develop the sense of responsibility in the people. So that is very important. And protecting the nature and its creatures is important, and anyone can play important role in that. And reusing and recycling is the key to protect not only the environment but our species also. And another thing, people can volunteer and support different wildlife conservation projects. And learning and sharing is the another thing which can help in the raising awareness among these species. So at the last, I would like to tell, like, we have launched one application, which is mobile application, Kurma Tracking Indian Turtles. If anyone want to know more about the turtles and read more about the turtles, they can upload this application, and sorry, they can download this application, and they can also upload if any turtle sighting using this phone application, and can help in the reporting of the turtles from the India. Thank you. I think I'm before time.
Not an issue. It was so interesting session.
Thank you.
So I would like to ask if participants have any more questions. Any questions? I can see some hand raises. They can
Oh, yeah.
unmute themselves and
Meta and Amrita
yeah.
and Sajan.
No.
So Vivek Sharma have a question. I have a question, Arunima ji. I missed it. I can't see that text. Uh,
You can
check the
stop sharing the screen, Arunima.
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
first I'll take question from the Vivek. I agree, releasing exotic turtles in Indian waters as a way to express mercy of them is ecologically bad. But we see native species too in out of range water bodies within own country, which are also released. Maybe I have seen 10 roof turtles in this way. Is it okay to let them live in new ranges of native country? So you want to say, I agree, releasing exotic turtles in Indian waters as a way to express mercy of them. Definitely, it's ecologically bad decision to releasing any exotic species in our I mean, like in India. So I would say people can declare their pet, and they can give to the nearest zoo. Or I mean, there is another way which I can't say here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's better to give in some captive center
So
instead
basically, by
of
law,
bringing back into the wild.
so just to answer the question, a law doesn't allow us to keep scheduled animals as a pet at home. So if you are interested in helping in conservation, you can help in the zoos or try some other measures of conservation instead of petting it in the house.
Yeah.
So there is another question
Mm.
from Purna,
What
Karnataka.
can I do if I find radius slider in the local water bodies? Can it be sent to the nearby zoo, and what are the radius what was purchased by someone that was on bottom? Yeah, that's what I think I've already answered. That's the only way, like you can just give the to the zoo only, because right now there is no other solution for that, because releasing into the wild, it's going to be very challenging, because everywhere I've seen many pictures from the wild, they are reporting of a picture of the radio slider, and it's a very serious issue. Yeah.
There
And
is
I think
another question.
Apurva, you can help, like
Yeah, yeah.
if zoos can take those turtles, and maybe they can take and just keep in the zoo instead of we can stop. That's how only we can stop releasing them into the wild.
Yes. There is a question from Arya. Any impact on climate change and hatchling of turtle eggs? So basically, she's trying to ask if climate change affects the hatchling.
Yeah. As I told, the turtles, even the sex determination of turtles is dependent on the temperature. So the climate change and temperature change is definitely impacting the hatchlings of the turtles' eggs and their sex also. So that there are people working on that aspects also. Yeah.
Shall we move to next question?
Yeah.
It's from Sajan. Uh, Hello, ma'am. I'm currently doing research on Lysimus punctata in South Kerala. Can you give me some tips on conserving this softshell species?
I think there is one question from Giri Krishnan.
Giri Krishnan,
So
can you
he is asking, like,
repatriation?
more light about the repatriation. How did it benefits is invasive turtles are repatriated? Definitely, it is. If we know, most of the time we get the poachers along with the turtles, and if we know the origin of the turtles, then definitely repatriation is the good method, and sending back to the native states is very important. And yes, like most of the time we have repatriated turtles. Those were from native from the UP only, because the poacher themselves declared about that, like they have uh, collected the turtles from Lucknow or wherever. Like, I can't disclose the river system, but yeah, we have got the proper information, then only we have repatriated them. Another question is, one person is working on the research on
Contact.
Lisbon Delta in South Kerala. Can you give me some tips in conserving these softshell species? Uh, um, so, Sajan, I can help you with your research, but I don't know what are the objectives you have taken to protect or to conserve these species. So maybe we can talk more about. I've given my email ID, then we can connect, and there are different methods we can use. And first, we want to know, like, what is the how where you have seen those turtles, and what are the efforts you already doing, so we can just help you more with that. We can add on.
Then there is from the same person, KFRI
Yeah,
Institute have launched program to collect red ear sliders in Kerala. Okay, it's just
very nice. I think it's a great initiative. Yeah.
from Ashmita. What challenges did you face after relocating the turtle eggs to designated place? Were there threats from predators?
Yes, for example, especially whatever we do in Chambal, so I would say if we don't collect those eggs that morning, so most of the time they are predated by the either through mongoose or the jackals.
Information about parthenogenesis relation with turtles through
Yeah,
partner.
yeah, Dhruv, we can talk about more about it. You can ping me, so then we'll talk about.
So I'm sharing Arunima's email
So
ID in
there
the
are
chat
so
section.
many things I would have like there is so many research project I have not mentioned. We are doing understanding the health of the turtles using the writing behavior and all that. So there are so many terms we can just discuss and we can talk more about it. So in 1 hour I can just explain everything in one presentation. So yeah, if anyone want to know any specific topics, especially about the research and all that, then please you can write me and then we can more discuss and just talk about.
Giri Krishnan is asking how repatriation is done by airways. Can you share the experience?
Yes, we have done twice, I think 3 or 4 times using the airways, and once we have done using the, I think by road only. So yes, experience in the sense, yeah, I mean it gives a good message to the people, like how turtles, like which are not like very charismatic species like the elephants or the tigers, they are being repatriated from the state, from one state to another state. It's really impact on the, it gives a really give good message to the people, like how they are important and they play important role.
I also have some questions, Arunima. So I
Yes,
would
please.
like to ask, how are the local communities involved in the conservation of freshwater foods? Like you work a lot with communities, I know that for sure. So how did that impact you or the projects?
See, depends on the people how much they are aware about it and what are their culture. And because I have worked in different states, and recently I was in Jharkhand, and I've seen most of the people are eating turtles. And I was doing Jharkhand survey, the diversity and what are the turtles there, and uh, you will not believe, either they eat, or because they are from most of the people which are living along the river are the tribal community, and eating turtle is you can say is it's in their culture. So I mean it was difficult to say like you cannot eat turtle or anything, like because they are living along the river and they are just catching fish, and even the turtles also they are eating. But at the same time, if I talk about like people in Terai landscape, so they are very cooperative in the terms of protecting the turtles, and they themselves inform if they get to know about any poaching case or anyone from the outsider coming to the river and collecting the eggs. So different perception, and I would say like I'm very much interested to work on this project, and recently I was thinking to work to start my postdoc on this aspect, like what all are the community, what are their perception, and what I mean, who are eating, who are not. I mean, I was thinking like it's not only in the international market, because there are people which are locally consuming, and it's not like. Very few people are eating turtle. If you go to the West Bengal and Jharkhand and Orissa, I would say most of people eat turtles. So yeah.
That is. So, like, what was your outcome out of the survey? So, people will be reducing eating. They were pro towards your education, or they were not.
Yeah, it's I would say like it's difficult for the people which are eating since so long. For example, in Jharkhand, it was very difficult to convey eating turtle is not, because we cannot stop them because they are eating turtles since so long. But if we'll be working continuously, then I
Right.
think
Yeah.
can be helpful to bring some change among them. Yeah.
There is another question from Shalu, who is SRF in Central Authority. Does the pollution affect thinning of eggshells, and what kinds of pollutants are involved in it?
Affects what? I can't.
Thinning of eggshells.
Eggshells.
Eggshells, yeah.
Effect of pollution on the eggshells.
Yes.
I mean, I think he want to ask like on the eggs, basically on the, I mean, babies and hatchling. He want to
Yes,
ask.
yes, hatchlings.
Definitely. I mean, there is no any concrete result about it, but I would say definitely. I mean, we have seen a few listeners hatchlings. There's lots of deformities. That could be because of the climate change, and could be because of the pollution and these things. So there is no proper research has been done on that. But if someone it's a very interesting topic, people can work on that.
So there is one more question from Vivek Sharma. Arunima ji, as TSA is doing such good work on turtles, has management ever felt need to work on lower peninsular Indian landscape? Because we have so many important species there too. Which region, according to you, should be given attention and which are yet untouched by your team?
So I believe there are people, I know few people like Jason, and few people are working in peninsular India, and there are few species which are very important, and they are endemic to that region. So we should definitely work on, but we don't have that kind of I mean, there are people who are working, we can support them and we can help them. So we are only reached till Gadak Zoo. We are working with them on the star tortoises, but not beyond that. We have worked earlier on the Kali River and all that for the DTI turtles, and but not the species like Travancore tortoise and all that.
Um, there is question from Hitain. Hi, ma'am. Can you ask pollution is affecting the reproduction rate of freshwater turtles?
Uh, there is no, I mean, I have not, I mean, I have no idea about it, because definitely it could be, but I have not seen any research paper exactly giving any concrete information about it. As I
There is
said, like I've seen many, deformed hatchlings. So, but I cannot say it was because of the pollution or it was because of the this thing, temperature.
Then from Girik Krishnan, what are the local people? What the local people get if they conserve these turtles in return? Just conserving in the interest, or is there any compensation?
As I have mentioned one slide about the importance of the turtles in ecologically, I mean how they contribute for our ecosystem. So I think if you want to live in beautiful environment and all that, then you should protect turtles.
So there is another question from Sajan. I think it is for CCD. Out of topic, is there any e-certificate provided for this webinar? No, we are not providing any certificates for this webinar. We have just started the sessions to give an on-site information of conservation efforts that are going on ground. So many people are not aware what exactly conservation efforts are taken. So we started giving this information. Then from Vivek Sharma, I can see CZD officials are in this meet. I want to raise a problem to them as I am from Jabalpur, MP. CZD approved facilities are not everywhere. It's not possible. I accept that this, but native pet turtles are waiting for safe drills in the natural ranges and in the country. In that case, can we have some protocol or some infrastructure in each district where you can gather turtles and eventually system to the native waters? Noted, sir. We'll surely think on this and we'll try to act upon the problem wherever we can help. As CJD, we'll try to resolve. Ah. Anyone else having more questions? I would like to ask, what are the pressing challenges that you face while doing the conservation breeding of the turtles? Like it may differ species to species, but if we specifically start talking about the conservation breeding of the turtles, what are the problems that you face?
So yeah, as you said, it depends on the species to species. So first of all, I would like to tell one story about the narrow-headed soft-shell turtle. When we have started the the head starting program for this species, there was no information available either from the India or even the from the international level. So it was very difficult because if you don't have any idea about that species how to breed, because the species hatch just before the winters, and you don't know how to, because they just don't eat after the hatching. They just don't, because the winter starts. So it was difficult for us, like how to rear that species. So but after 1 year, then we realized, okay, these are the mistakes we were doing, and that's why this program was not successful. So with the learning of that program, we have learned a lot. And I think because there is lack of information about these issues, I would say very few people are working on freshwater turtles, especially in depth, like conservation breeding programs and other. As I said, like very few, mm, either the zoos or the captive centers breeding these turtles. So yeah, like the
No,
species Indian eye turtles. So I believe it's very difficult to rear Indian eye turtle. I have tried that, but it was not successful. Even in India, no one is keeping Indian eye turtle.
but
Only,
what
I
were the
think,
reasons? Like the compatibility issue, they're not taking
because
the
yeah,
breed.
I mean, we cannot mimic the habitat. I mean, there is as I said, like very few people are working on these species. Like there's no information on the type of habitat they prefer. I know they are, I've seen into the natural habitat, but mimicking those kind of habitat into the captive environment is very important. And if we are not when we have failed to do that, then the problem starts. So these are the things we face. So the in situ information is also important to do any ex situ project.
And like during your presentation, I saw the technology use that you have been doing to release the turtles back into the wild. So how does the technology and innovation have helped? Like how much data you have got back and what was the analysis of it?
Yeah, that is very technology in the terms of technology. Yeah, definitely, it's very helpful, especially in the terms of, as I said, like earlier, we have tried the radio transmitter but in the Baska, but later we have got the satellite transmitters, and we could now the data which we got is very surprising. Like for example, we when we released the Batagar Baska, after a month, we got them into the Bangladesh, and one turtle at someone's house we were getting the signals. So I mean, these kind of information we can get from these these technologies and all that. So uh, earlier we were just releasing the turtles, but we were not aware about if either they are surviving or not. So I would say, like, it's very helpful in that way.
And also you had talked a lot about turtle trade and have been fortunate enough to witness a fraction of it and being able to help turtle species. So what do you think? What are the challenges? How much forest department needs to exceed in terms of conservation? Like, and what are the challenges that are faced?
I would say, in terms of especially when we handle such kind of cases, so it's it's sometimes it's not just like 50 or 100 individuals. Sometimes it's just like in one confiscation we have found like more than 6,000 turtles, and we don't have that kind of expertise, or the forest department that kind of expertise, like handling these many individuals at a time and just treating them. It's just not possible. And the another thing, there is no dedicated rehabilitation centers. And here I want to also mention there is no proper coordination among the different stakeholders also. So that is the another problem. And these are the things which we face during these rescue operations. Yeah.
And like you mentioned, there are sometimes 6,000 species. If at all you are able to treat them, how many survive when you release back to them into it? Like what is the percentage of the survival? If
Yeah, I mean, depending on that completely depend on the poachers, like since how long they were collecting them. Sometimes if they are collecting, they have collected like in last 5 6 days, so most of the animals can survive. But sometimes we have got like animals which look like they were in those gunny sacks since so long. So and sometimes like even we cannot save 10% individuals. So that's the reality, and
also,
it's a sad
like
reality.
identifying this many species because no one is aware. I agree that there is lack of awareness in this. And then we talk about turtles and tortoises. So
Yeah, I
identifying the
mean,
species.
species identification also is the challenge for the department, but we are working on continuously. We are trying to train the frontline staff so they themselves can identify. Also, we have launched the Kurma application because of that only, that can help the forest department, and we want to do it in Hindi also, especially the local languages, so everyone can just use that application. Yeah.
Any more questions from participants? From Vivek Sharma, it is like Tiger Watch Mogya Rehab program. Has TSA ever thought to rehab poachers towards conservation from poaching? If not, then why it is not the possibility in turtles?
Yes, we have done. Few of our field staff is the earlier they were poacher, and we have hired them and trying to, now they are turtle conservationist. Yeah, but we cannot rehab. I mean, we cannot divert all all the poachers into. We cannot hire all of them, but we are working continuously and working with the forest department if they can just help them in their plantation program and all that. So we are working on that, but it's not that easy how we think.
Okay. Then from Freshwell, how your journey started for turtle conservation?
I would say, I mean, that is definitely Kukral Gharial Rehabilitation Center, because I live in Lucknow and I visited that center, and that is because of my mentor. He helped me a lot when I was just coming to the center just to volunteer and just to see the turtles. But when I met with him and another person who earlier he was the uh, uh, researcher at the Kukral Center. He was from Forest Department, Mr. Suresh Palji and Dr. Shalin Singh. Both are I would say, is my mentor, and because of them, I'm here, and they have developed my interest into this field. And later, when I was working more into the conservation breeding program, then I realized turtle trade is the big issue, because people were knowing, okay, I work for the turtles and I rear them, and I have some kind of knowledge about turtles in captivity. So whenever any forest department person or anyone know like there is any Caesar turtles, so they just inform me. So I can say I've developed that kind of trust among them that I can help them. And I don't know if why they have developed those. I mean, this trust, but I believe that really encouraged me to continue my work.
There is another question from Ram Babu. I think it is for CZA. I have a question that classify the species of endangeredness according to the forest areas and wetlands and marshland areas and not to the national level. I think it is to be discussed and notified by CZA to officials. So basically, the species categorization is not done by central Zoo authority. There is another body, IUCN, that categorizes the species whether it is vulnerable or endangered. So CZA doesn't play an active role in deciding that. I don't think there are any more questions now. Any more questions from participants? Shall I conclude the session now?
Yeah.
So thank you. Thank you for such an enlightening. I have been working with you, so I know your dedication towards the turtle conservation projects and your love for turtles in general. So thank you for joining us in the special episode of Zooming Conservation. Tomorrow is Turtle Conservation Day, but because it was holiday tomorrow, we tried to get the session today. So on celebrating World Turtle Day, we with a deep dive interest in conservation of freshwater turtles, I hope everyone has found this session both enlightening and inspiring. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Arunima Singh for sharing her invaluable expertise and knowledge. Her efforts in leading captive husbandry projects, rescuing distressed animals, and combating illegal turtle trade is commendable and serve as a beacon to hope for the future turtle conservation. Thank your passion has actually helped many. We have never got so many questions in any other sessions till now, so it is actually very enthusiastic participants have been joining today. So to our listeners, we appreciate your continued support and interest in wildlife conservation. Stay tuned for more episodes for Zooming Conservation, where we help to share more knowledge on active conservation projects that are on ground in India. Thank you. That's all I can say.
Thanks, Apurva, and thanks to CZA for inviting me and everyone who have joined and the people who have asked lots of question. And
Interesting
if
questions.
still,
Yeah.
still you have any question, please you can write to me. Vivek is saying, please let me know if you have any expectation from us. Yes, we'll let you know. We have lots of expectations from the people all over the India, and because I believe alone I can't do anything, so I need big team, especially to mitigate the issues we are facing to conserve freshwater turtles. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arunima.
Thanks, Apurva.